yeah, my current career is I'm a dancer, performer,
Do you think dance is a controversial sport?
but I think that's one like misconception that people have about that. Like they just think that professional dancer means stripper, but that's not the truth.
All good?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me. Everything's great. Okay,
Yes.
great. So, hello, Erica, and welcome to the Pole with Lulu podcast, where we mainly discuss health, fitness, and calisthenics, etc. And without further ado, we can get right into the questions. And the first question would be, who are you? What do you do career-wise? And how did you end up where you are today as a dancer?
Okay. So my name is Erica Lin. Basically I'm a professional dancer and contortionist, and I also have a dance YouTube channel that has close to 300,000 subscribers. So yeah, my current career is I'm a dancer, performer, and I also teach classes, and yeah, so I do a lot of different things.
Hey, that's nice. So how old were you when you first started dance? And how did you have the courage to pick it as like a career path?
Well, I started when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And so I kind of did it on and off during my childhood, along with like cheerleading. And I guess I like a couple of years ago, I just kind of fell into it like as a professional career. Like I just started like booking some gigs, and then I started doing like more bigger things like festivals and concerts, music videos, and things like that. So that's kind of just how I got into it.
Did you have, was it like your family who had some kind of background, or was it just you yourself who, as a 6-year-old, was like, oh, mom, dad, I want to do dance, and then to pursue dance? Or,
No, so yeah, I just kind of like saw a flyer about it. I think it was like at my school. I just saw like take dance classes, and I was like, I want to try that. So
okay, nice. And do you compete or do showcases?
I did briefly when I was younger. I don't compete now so much. Now I more just focus on performances.
Okay, and if so, how would you prepare for them? Like, do you have some kind of routine, and what kind of advice or tips, tricks would you give to people who want to win competitions or want to give out the best performance they can within the field of dance or being a contortionist, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so I guess I definitely suggest like stretching to warm up because I think that's like really important, and that's something like a lot of people overlook. Having like all of the necessary items, like if it's a job, like have your the right like tights, shoes, everything. So that's another advice. And for competitions, I'd say just be confident and yeah, be confident, show your facials, and hit everything sharp.
Okay, but as in like like a day before the competition, do you have like an agenda? Like how exactly would you prepare, or how would you start your morning? Would you like, for example, go for a run and follow that with some meal plans? And another thing, is it better to be specifically talking about aerials? Because I focus more on that. I'm not so much of a dancer or I guess a contortionist, but I did see that you did some aerials. Is it better to
Yeah.
be like lighter, or when you go and execute your competition performance? And how exactly would you prepare the day before? Like, what is your routine before like the competition day or whatever, etc.?
Okay. I guess my routine would the day before, I would say like I definitely would get a good night's sleep because that's really important to be well rested. The day before, I might also like prepare and like pack like some like healthy snacks for the day to like keep me energized. Also like stretch and do like foam rolling and take like a hot shower, bath, and yeah, I guess it's pretty simple, but that's my main routine.
Okay. That's, is it better to, I know that it's like not too good to be too light because you don't want to faint like when you go on stage and perform, but I don't know if it helps being lighter on the competition day or whatever.
I'd say like I think it's good to like eat like light snacks to like keep you energized, like whatever, just like listen to your body and do whatever like you feel like you need. Like if you're hungry, eat, but like maybe don't eat like say like a dozen donuts or something right before you compete or eat like anything really heavy, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. So what would you say is a good foundation to have like before starting dance? Like say somebody who wants to become a professional dancer or pursue dance as like a competitive or hobby level. Like what are some, I guess, elements or some basic moves and things that they should be physically able to do before they start like, I guess, excelling in or pursuing contortion or dance?
I think that depends if they're children or if they're adults. If they're children, I'd say just be hard like, have an open mind and be hardworking and listen to your coaches. They don't because I mean, they're just starting out, but I'd say, like, for adults to really practice, say, like, your splits and your like, the basic stretches, and if they're just starting, say, dance or performing as an adult, then maybe, like, go watch, like, some YouTube videos on, like, ballet basics or, like, the names of different dance moves just so, like, they have some things in the back of their mind.
Okay, would you be able to like, I guess, I know that there are hundreds and thousands of different dance moves, but like, I guess, name maybe three, four of like the most basic ones that you should know if you want to like, I guess, get more in depth in dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess maybe people should know, like, what a pirouette is because that's, like, just a basic turn, maybe know what a leap and a chaîné, like, an across the floor turn. So I would say, like, those are, like, some like, 3, like, really basic terms that maybe people should know in the back of their head.
Yeah, I agree as well. Um, so where are you from? I'm just, or where are you based and where are you from? I'm just curious. It's not really that related to this topic, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in America and I spent a lot of time in New York City, but I most recently was living in London. Now I live in Amsterdam.
So are you like nationality wise, I guess, American or
Yeah.
okay, nice. Why did you decide to move to Europe? Is it like,
For work, basically.
oh, okay, so yeah. Um, yeah, so yeah, what is the ideal age to like start stretching? Because I know that it's like for in health wise for like optimum health, not in order to be like the most flexible you can be obviously, but just if somebody wants to be like healthy, what age should they like start, I guess, putting a bit more emphasis onto stretching? Because I know if you like start at a too young age or like too old age, either aren't very good, but what would you say is the ideal age to start for a healthy lifestyle, I guess?
I think it's I personally think it's not so much like a specific age people need to start, but just something that they should continually keep up in their lives. Like it doesn't like yeah, like it doesn't mean that they have to be like super flexible or be able to like do all their splits. But I think like maybe even if it's just like 5 minutes of stretching like 2 or 3 times a week, like I think that's really good for everybody in general to like prevent injuries.
Yeah, I also think it's good, you want to have like good mobility in whatever, I guess, physical sport you decide to pursue, or just in general, it's good to have like good mobility moving around and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, yeah, and then there was this other question that I was like trying to search up is how many repetitions does it take to integrate a move into muscle memory or uh build muscle memory? Because yeah, I think this also depends a lot on what you're trying to exactly learn or execute, but what would you say?
Um, I've also worked as a personal trainer for a couple of years and for like most exercises, I would have people do like sets of about like 12 to 15 and then line, and then that would be like part of their program a couple times a week. So I'd say as far as number of reps for like to execute a certain move, it's kind of hard to say, but I would say probably, I guess in total, like around like 40 or 50 a day.
40 or 50?
I don't, it really depends on the move, I guess, but
Yeah, I guess if you want to like really integrate it, then 40 and 50 is like something that will make sure that you kind of know
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Probably less if they just want to learn it, but if they want to like learn a move with like proper technique, I would say a lot of repetitions.
I didn't know you were a personal trainer because like on your Instagram, like I only thought you were like a dancer or like kind of a contortionist, but like how long were you a personal trainer, I guess?
I was personal trainer for 2 years ish. Well, technically, I'm still a certified trainer now, but that was my regular job for 2 years.
Okay, but I think that's also good because then like you have more like knowledge on this like, physical development, et cetera, which is great because I was thinking like maybe for another interview, if you are still willing or into
Yeah,
it, then I could ask you like more questions based on like your experience and knowledge on like being a personal trainer. But um
yeah.
my last few questions are like, do you think dance is a controversial sport? And would you want to address anything like about?
Um, if it's a controversy, I personally don't see anything too I guess some people think like when they think of like professional dancer, like one strange thing that always sounds strange is like if I tell people I'm a professional dancer, they ask like, "Are you a stripper?" Which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that for people that want to do that, but I think that's one like misconception that people have about that. Like they just think that professional dancer means stripper, but that's not the truth. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything really controversial except for like sometimes people like call out, I don't know, people who don't dance will call out people for dancing what they think is like too suggestively, but it's like they're just moves. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's like I feel like dance is one of those sports where it's more like you can express yourself in like various different ways and it's not like only because I know that in rhythmic gymnastics or for example like golf or other like sports it's very like clear that this is what you have to do, this is the move and this is how you gain points, but in dance it like enables different ways of expression. So I think the fact that like people are trying to, I guess, limit that to, oh yeah, I mean, I understand if there's like young kids, you don't want to like have a performance that's like too provocative, but in a sense, I like the fact that dance is one of those sports where you're able to like just show or express yourself in various ways. And I
Yeah,
don't think that should be like taken away or, you know, removed because then what other sports are there where you can really, kind of have this wide array of like performance or expression. I don't think
yeah, exactly.
there's anything really else.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but back, I think I asked you at the beginning, but I think this is going to be one of our last questions. Is that when
Mhm.
I said like, how did you have the courage to pick like dance as your main career path? Because I know that that it's very like I guess demanding physically and I think also mentally in some way. It's also because I mean personally, correct me if I'm wrong, I see dance or like I guess like kind of in a way like being an I can compare it to like being an athlete or I guess a musician where it's like if you want to earn like I guess a good or like stable financial income, then you have to be like either really good at it or then you have to be really like willing to put the efforts and time into, I guess, developing yourself like physically for it. Because otherwise you won't be able to like, I guess, make that kind of money that you can actually like support yourself and pay all your expenses and like live, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, like for me, I have like multiple streams of income too. Like I sometimes do like part-time contracts here and there, like on my downtimes, and I also have like passive income from YouTube and other sources of income as well. So I like to like, like keep that diversified, but I guess dance and performing, I'd say would be like my main job.
Yeah. So did you just decide that like this is what I want to do and I don't care, I'm gonna do it if I because I always feel like I mean I would love to pursue like aerials and aerial athletics like fully, but what's holding me back is because I'm thinking like okay, well if I don't, I guess make it or if I'm not like that good at it and like I can't fully like dedicate my time because I feel like it's basically I need to have like a plan B just in case, a stable plan B where I know that okay, I can like, have like food and provide myself like with this, that,
Yeah.
where I know that like it's like if my body can't take it anymore, like I can just do some like more easy, not so physically straining job. So
Yeah.
what was that, I guess, push or tick that made you be like, I'm going all into this?
Well, I guess well, so how do I explain it? Like I was work so basically I guess when I first started like dance as like a career, I'd been working in like nightlife and event planning at the time, which and I still do that like part-time, like in my contract work, but I guess I started like booking like dance jobs like here and there. And at first it was like I thought like this would be kind of fun just to do. And then I started like booking a lot more stuff and especially like adding in like contortion and aerials work like that generally pays more than dance jobs just because it's like specialty sort of act. So then I guess I just started like booking enough work that I could say like, okay, well, I'm just gonna focus on this. So
Yeah. So it kind of like just gradually came.
yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all the questions that I had for today, but it's been a real honor to like talk to you, and I'm so glad that you came and shared like participated in this like Q&A with
Yeah.
me. And I will for sure. I'm gonna follow you and I'm gonna stay in touch. And
Okay.
I'll be like posting this on my channel, and of course you can ask for like this recording and I can send it to you as well. But without
Okay.
further ado, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to maybe talk to you later about the personal trainer experience.
Yeah, for sure.
But see you, thank you, bye.